Hello and welcome back to Haven and Hearth. So in between episodes, I have gone and gathered a whole bunch of string objects. So mostly just the nettles and the taproot. I did pick up a couple other things that don't really count as it, like the lady's mantle, which is just a curiosity, and the yarrow, which is a natural treatment for some of the smaller will heal on their own things. The Antacid is probably about the Antacid burns is probably about the one that's the most useful. Unfortunately, gathering so much stuff also has given me quite a few nettle burns, which will take some time to heal, but it's just time. So that is perfectly fine. Now, let me go ahead and deposit this lady's mantle into the study desk so it will get processed in due time. The yarrow, do I have a spot that I can stick the yarrow? I am really running out of storage space. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think I really. Wait a minute. I think it counts as a flower, which means yes, I can stockpile it. Okay. We'll just stockpile it there. Call that good. I'm going to come over to our rope walk here, and we'll go ahead and process the 30 string into 3 rope. Go right there, there we go. Craft all. And this will just take a moment here. I also went and collected a bunch of logs, chopped them up. That's why the cart is over here, is because I set the logs down there to be chopped up. I stockpiled them. I got a few put directly into the palisade that we started last time, but not too much. This is not terribly long after the recording of the last episode because the palisade is going to have dry time, and I kind of want to get that going as quickly as possible. So, alright, we've got that. We have our 3 rope, and we have, as you can see, a stockpile of wood. There's 80 there. I already put 20 in by hand, so since this is right next to it, it should pull directly from the stockpile. So let's just click build and allow it to do its thing. As you can see, it's already putting the blocks in. It will kind of go down the list from the top to add things if it's available. So the 3 rope will unfortunately be last. Just kind of getting it in there. And as soon as that's done, we'll be able to talk a little bit more about the actual process involved in getting the palisade up and going. Wow. Okay, it's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but it's good to see. Definitely the kind of thing you want to know how long it's going to take before doing it. Here we go. Alright, onto the rope and done. Alright, so this is our palisade. This is the first corner post. It is the thing that costs the most. Now, we can extend, prepare for gate, or seal. We don't want to seal this. This is our first corner post. In point of fact, updates have made it so there's never really a reason to seal it anymore. It used to be that if people had like trespassing and theft and all that sort of thing, they could come in and extend stuff off of your post and like troll you, block you in, block your gates with additional palisade walls. But they've made it so that so long as you are inside a claim, personal claims, as long as you're inside a claim, there is no criminal skill that you can take anymore that will let you do it, even if you're outside or not visiting, or just it won't let you. So sealing is a little bit, not necessary at this point. The main thing we're going to want to do is extend, and as you can see, we can extend. It only extends out so far. Well, you see, we want to try and go further, but it won't quite. It glitches. That's okay. We can extend it again from there. That and placing a corner post are the only things we'd be able to do. We need a wood block. We need a block in order to get this next step going. Where am I going to get a... Oh, I've got some over here. I think I got 1 in this stockpile, right? Yeah, I have 1. Okay. So this will just be a real quick to show. And then, oop, there we go. All right, and then we're going to need to go and get some more wood. Now, I could just chop that down, but whatever. All right, so we're going to start here. And I'm going to have to do this from a side where I have access to the middle. So we're going to extend. Now, I'm only going to go to there. This is one short of where I want to put another corner post, because I'm going to want to surround this guy. So we're going to do one short of it. This segment will take 9 blocks of wood. We put one in so that the post stays. And then we're going to need to go get some more wood. So I'm going to go grab some more wood. One thing before I go do that, though. We can take a quick peek at our abilities. So obviously I've gotten more learning points. Lore skills, we want to get that plant lore so that we can then get to first aid. So let's buy that. New discovery tree planter's pot, which of course we've gotten a couple of already, but that's fine. Baking, archery, no, we want first aid. So first aid is going to be another 4, and we've only got 12 and change, 1,200 and change. So that's still going to be a bit. All right, I am going to grab this cart here, and I'm going to go get some more logs. I mean, I could use these, but I'd rather use those for boards. There was this area right up here, and they have a whole bunch of logs just kind of lining that there. They're all the rotted ones because it's been too long since they placed them there. Is there something in my cart still? Oh, there was one more log in the cart. Well, in that case, we don't need to go do that just yet. We can use this log. Oh, it was one more thing that I forgot. I got wrong last episode. It is 6 carryable items in the cart, and you cannot carry another item while you are hauling the cart. So, 6, which is good. All right, so we're going to chop this into blocks. Just get ourselves probably about 8, because that's exactly how many will fit and exactly how many we need for this thing. So there we go. We have 8, and I could build a stockpile of stuff beforehand, but I figure this is fine. All right, let's get this little section built. We'll go grab ourselves a little bit more wood. Excellent. And see, it just builds just like that. And let's get ourselves one more block. We'll get ourselves a few more blocks, because we can always do this off this side too. All right. And now, what I want to do is we get place corner post, and that takes 30, just for that one little spot. So you don't want to put too many of these down, but you do need them anytime you want to change direction. All right, so let's just grab a little bit more. I will get this little bit out to there as well and get a corner post started there. Or I won't, because I have run out of wood. All right, so let's go ahead and extend right there, like that. It is once again 9. And okay, now I need to go and grab some more logs. So I'll grab the cart and head off, grab that, come back, and we will continue in just a moment. All right, one short walk and be getting distracted by a lady's mantle on the route, en route. Later, we are here at this big line of ye old logs. Boom. That should pop up. I don't know why it hasn't popped up. Okay. That was the, like, you lifted that thing right off the ground. Alright, so that's 2, 3. Don't know why it didn't pop up. Oh. Okay, well, we just got a error, so we'll be right back. Alright, one quick reload of the game later, and we're back. Let's go ahead and get this in. I think this was 4. Yeah, probably. Probably 4. Got distracted by the game crashing. 5 and 6. Bam. Alright, and then we come back and we make sure to grab the handles, because you might end up picking things back out of the cart if you click on the back. So, alright, we've got that. We could haul it back by hand, but Instead, I'm going to hearth. Return to hearthfire. Ye old cart comes with us. Even if it's in a weird spot when you come out, it's still being hauled. Uh-oh. And now I'm not able to click where I'm going again. This happened last episode, too, a couple of times. It has been very windy out today, so I'm wondering if I'm having internet issues. Oh, see, there we go. In the time it took me to ponder what was wrong, it has kind of corrected. Alright. So once again, bam. Let's go ahead and just grab out any old log. And we shall get to chopping. We do need our inventory back. The single lady's mantle isn't going to affect how many of these blocks we have, so we'll just leave that. Alright, let's get that guy wrapped up. We will also go ahead and say place corner post. Oh, I couldn't do it because I was in a weird spot. Hang on. Place corner post. There we go. Get those in. Alright. So now it's just going to be a matter of chopping blocks, getting the corner posts built, and then we'll be on to whatever the next step is. Alright, where are we on this? Not quite halfway. I think some of these logs might have been partially harvested already, which is unfortunate, but understandable. I'll just kind of drop that there. And you can see this is a process that takes its time. Like I said, I could just go about putting this all into stockpiles and having it nearby, which is useful for some of the longer lengths. Like, we might do that for this next segment. But beyond that, oh, treading grass. Yes, you get XP for touching grass. You know, unusual. It's, a video game gives you an achievement for touching grass. Alright. I just kind of want to finish this corner post so that we can move on to the next step. And all of this has a dry time. Like, right now, all of this stuff could be bashed by hand, which is why I really wanted to get this done as quickly as possible, because it gives more time for the basically for stuff to dry between me recording now and the time that this episode is released, which will probably be almost a week. So, alright, so we've got this prepare for gate. So we can put either 2 wide or 3 wide. As you see, this is obviously intended for a 3 wide. So this is basically another corner post, but either 2 or 3 blocks away. And that's all that is going to be. And when there is a space like that between, it'll give you the option to place a gate. Beyond that, let's go ahead and grab that guy. Actually, you know what? We're going to put you over here. Oh, nope, it was not quite what I wanted. Let's kind of put you... Can we rotate you a bit? Let's rotate you. Let's put you there. Yeah? Alright, and I'm going to come around this side of it, and I'm going to chop. And what I'm going to do is, that's probably fine right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, hey, look, stockpile. Bam, right there. We'll put those in. And now what I'll do is I will just chop all of these remaining logs, and as we get the 9th item, it will appear on the cursor. And I will be able to shift-click and dump it all in to the stockpile. So it's just a little bit of a quicker way of doing it if you've got things set up just right. And I've got this stockpile right next to where the wall is going to be, so that helps there. And of course, when it only gives you 8, it doesn't do it so much. Alright, I'm going to get this chopped up, and we will be right back. Alright, I am back. I have cut up all of the logs that I hauled back. We have 75 remaining in the stockpile. And we're going to go extend. And I'm going to extend as far as it'll allow me, right there. Unfortunately, I do have to get around that, so let's try that again. Because it wants to always go right where the sign is going to end up being placed. Now see, this takes 51. There's 75 in the stockpile, which is touching it, so it should build itself entirely just fine. You can see that's a big section of wall for basically half the wood cost of that first post. It is just the first post that is expensive, which is why for big settlements, what they tend to do is they will palisade off the individual plots and then just use those corner posts to basically kind of extend their way across whatever roadways they have and start the next plot. It's a little trick. I've seen it done a bunch. All right, so we could continue our extension here, and I feel like we should at least kind of get the thing in place. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna see we can say extend, and we need to go one short of where we want the corner post. So there we go. That'll be 42. We can just put that one in. I'm gonna get that one, I think, in a little bit. What I'm gonna do, however, now is try to get these two corner posts finished so we can then explore the gate system. Boop. I don't think we're quite going to have enough to do even one. Yeah, I think we're going to be a little short of even getting this one complete. But that's okay. We can just go grab more logs. There was a whole bunch of those logs. No real reason not to just grab them, right? Alright, there we go. Alright, let's drink up. Oh, we don't have any water on us. We've been burning through the stamina doing this, which is slowly depleting our energy, which we're going to need in order to heal. So, just some things to keep in mind. There we go. Drink on up. Just so we're not low on stamina when we leave. Alright, I'm going to grab the cart, head back up, grab more logs, come right back. You know, do this whole process one more time. Alright, the cart has been refilled with logs. We will hearth on back. There we go. Alright, let's drag this bad boy back on over. Maybe, come on. Keep up. Keep up, cart. Back over here. Good enough. We're going to stick this right here this time. I kind of want to put it... Yeah, I think what I'll do is let's get at least one block. There we go. And I believe I will place the stockpile here. I think that is close enough where if I get it from where I'm standing, I'll be able to do that, and then the other side will be touching where the gate will go. So we'll do that. Alright, chop into blocks. Alright, I will get this stuff processed, and be right back when I am ready to actually build. Alright, I do not have all of the logs processed, but it's all but 2, because this particular stockpile is completely full, and I still have 3 on me. So let's go ahead and get this finished being built. I do need one more block. We'll just go ahead and take that from the log. No reason to disrupt the stockpile just yet. There we go. That is another corner post. Beautiful. Now we need to get this corner post finished. We shouldn't have too much of an issue with that. Okay, now here is where things get a little weird. So, we are on World 16. In World 16.1, they have done away with visitors' gates and made all gates function like visitors' gates, except you no longer are prevented from going through them if you're in combat. So, they've basically made what I'm about to talk about completely useless in 16.1 and assumably onward. But we're going to go into the traditional multi-person plot method of securing a mine hole. So, let's see. We want to go... We're not going to use that one, because who knows which side it's going to do it on. So we're going to go build a visitor gate. This is going to be the one right here. Now, as you can see, you can make it go this way or that way. You want the... Basically, so in this instance, this is going to be a visitor's gate, right? Let me make sure. Visitor gate. This is going to be the direction we're going to place it. The gates always open out, and it is important to note that the gates can only be opened with a key, if you've put a lock on them, from the inside. So we want the inside of the visitor's gate to be the mine hole, and this will just basically end up leaving open. So that's going to take 45. So let's get that built. Well, I mean, it takes a moment, doesn't it? Oh, and see, that's why I filled up my water. It's because this is burning through the stamina. Alright, now as you can see, it's got these little red flags on it. That is a visitor's gate. We don't have a lock on it or anything, so we can just open it like that. Now, if we were going to be super paranoid about things, we could get a lock and lock it open. Not too concerned about it, though, especially since, you know, it's really going to... Well, maybe I should do it. I'll think about it. Alright, now, what you would normally do on this side, if it's a multi-person plot, you build a regular gate, have it facing in, so that you open it from this side and go down the hole, but somebody on the other side wouldn't be able to pick the lock and come in. Now, I'm not that concerned about it. The visitor's gate is going to be enough for me. This is a single person plot, so the visitor debuff won't actually do anything to me. Like, I can come through there, see, it doesn't do anything. I can go back the other way. It shouldn't do anything. Because this is my plot. And I'm not sharing with anyone, so I don't need to do anything particularly different. So what I will do instead is I will simply extend this side. And I'm standing too close, so I'm also going to need... Well, I can get the blocks from over there, from the stockpile. That's what it's for, right? Let me just grab one. And we can extend. What do you mean the site is occupied? What do you mean? There we go. We'll get that started. Oh, it is apparently grabbing from there. That's good to know. Alright, so we just need 2 more. That section will be done, which we can do just like so. And you don't have to go all the way to the fence on these. You can go to the rope. There we go. And that is a secured mine hole, theoretically. I might want to put a lock on this and lock it open. I'm not sure if you can put a lock on in somebody else's... I'm not sure. It feels like locking it open would be the safe move, though. Let me go ahead and just grab a couple more blocks. And, of course, what we will end up doing now is we will come over to this post, go extend out as far as we can. Bam, like that. Go ahead and get it locked down. And there we go. That's the vast majority of what needs to be done in order to secure, your claim. Obviously, it's going to take dry time on this, and I've got a lot to cover. The one remaining thing I'm going to talk about here is the fact that my claim, actually I can turn the claim thing on, currently only goes out that far. I do plan to claim the remainder of this and repair it and all that jazz, but what I'm going to do is, since we've got this nice little line here already, is I will bring the palisade to here and run the palisade along this, line here over to that part right there. I will put gates where this road kind of is. And when I have finished extending out and fixing and all, modifying the ground and all that, I will then simply extend the palisade out, which is why it's important to not seal it. So that will basically be the future, because obviously, for the moment, I am attempting to get this up to 4,000 again so that I can get first aid and fix the rest of my wounds. So what I will probably end up doing, well, what I am definitely going to end up doing, is work on the palisade a bit more. Just kind of get stuff done. I will probably end up putting gates here where the road goes, and here where the road goes, so that we have exits in 3 of the 4 directions. It's kind of it's my own personal habit, and it seems like every other person I've seen tends to do similar things. Sometimes they'll only do 2, but in general, it seems like 3 out of 4 directions having a gate is a good idea. Don't really know where that came from. I don't really know why even I do it, but it just feels right. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Do we have anything else of importance to talk about? Kind of yes. I need to move all of this stuff out of this area. And maybe even destroy that lean-to. Let me go ahead and just start moving some of this stuff. I'm going to put this guy over here so that we can sleep there. Let me see. Can I even do what I'm thinking? Let's check. That's not the right thing. Houses and buildings. Timber house. That is what I want because, yes, that is the right size for a timber house. I thought it would be because that's kind of what it looked like was there before. So if I move all of this stuff out, I can get a timber house started. You know how I've been complaining about storage? If I have a house, I can use cupboards, which have infinitely more storage space than any of these other little things I've been storing stuff in. So give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff cleared out, and we'll come back, we'll start the house. All right. I have removed pretty much everything from here. Now comes the moment of truth. Am I able to destroy my own lean-to? Let's find out. I can. Excellent. It won't even take very long. All right. Good. Good, good, good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. We have these really low-quality boards. I'm going to pick those both up, because that should give us the stuff we need in order to start the timber house. There is the log cabin. It sucks. Go for the timber house. Actually, let me even show you. Log cabin, tiny little thing. Timber house uses the exact same types of materials, and it's much bigger. So, bam, right like that. Now, the colors the house is going to turn out is dependent on the materials you use. I do not care about the colors, so I'm just going to put in whatever. So we've got it started. There we go. We've started our house. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, let's see, we need 45. That is a lot. But I'm going to use some of these logs because we can make boards out of them. Get the boards done, get the house up, and then I think it might, I don't know if we can do locks just yet, but it would be nice to do. So this is all going to basically be the same process. The one thing that is going to look weird is, what's this? Thatching material. Well, what is thatching material? Well, we could use straw, but we don't really have much, if any, straw. But you know what we do have? We have all kinds of boughs. Of course, those are high quality. I don't want to mess with the high quality ones, but as I go into the forest to get more wood, I will grab the boughs and we will get that going. I would like to get this up this episode, so I'm going to run just a little bit long, and I will come back as I'm ready to complete this. Alright, I am back. I have processed a bunch of logs into boards and additional blocks. I also went and I got a whole bunch of these beech tree boughs. I already put those in because they were taking up inventory space I needed for the wood. So we're at 30 of 30 there. We're at 23 of 45 and 32 of 90. I think... Oh, maybe not. I do not quite have... Oh, no, maybe I do. Well, let's find out. Let's get it built. It is grabbing from these piles. Yeah, I think I have enough. And I should have enough of these boards left over for the next thing I want to do. If my math is right. It's always a matter of if my math is right. My math might be off. In fact, I'm starting to feel like my math is off. I am hoping, however, that my math is right. Alright, I have enough blocks, that's for sure. My question's going to be what I got with the boards. I think I'm a little bit short on the boards for the second part of this project. But that's okay. That's okay. Bam! There we go. And it turned out a fairly nice color combination. I do like the dark wood edging with the lighter wood, paneling. Obviously the roof, could be desired. It leaves much to be desired, but alright, let's grab what we can. I have one left. Yes, see, I'm 3 short. Alright, I'm 3 short, but we're going to start anyway. And this is another object that the quality doesn't matter on. But hey, here's the inside of our home. Why do we want a house? What possible use could it be? Well, it prevents things from decaying outside. And the house itself is prevented from decaying by the claim. But there are items that are not prevented from decaying by the claim, like the cupboard. Hey, look, I'm going to put a cupboard here. I need 8. I have 4 on me and 1 left. I'm 3 short. Just like I said. We don't need to see the claim right now. Let's grab that last board, put it in, and then I'm going to have to go get another log, but I only need 1, so I can just run out and try and get one. There we go. Alright, I want to get this done so that you see it, and then I can do things in between. Alright, I'm going to go grab 1 more log. Be right back. Alright, I am back. I have gotten 1 additional log, which should be more than enough. I say should be. But, I don't think any freshly fallen log is going to have less than 3 boards in it. Alright, and let's just kind of set you there. And let's get these last 3 boards made. And I set this here because I'm probably going to end up making more than 1 cupboard. But for now, we're just going to get this last one, or this one made, and these last boards in. There we go. See? Much bigger space. But it needs to be protected by a house, otherwise it's going to get destroyed very, very quickly. Alright. What did we accomplish this episode? Well, the primary big thing was the palisade. We've got that started. I'm going to work on that in between. I will probably finish it in between episodes so it has time to dry before this episode comes out. Which means that people would need a siege engine if they do find me and want to cause problems. Secondary thing, house. Third, cupboard. Not the medicine we were hoping to get, but we did get plant lore. The amount of time that it is going to take for me to get this palisade done, and I'm also going to spend some time in, basically redo inventory and stuff, get stuff moved into cupboards in the house, that sort of thing. That amount of time between episodes should be plenty of time to get up to the 4,000. Like, if I just complete what is in here now, it'll get me another 7. That's fine. And, of course, I will still have the study desk feeding things in. I could actually take the study desk in. I will get stuff sorted in between. You don't need to see me going through and sorting a bunch of stuff. I will get the palisade up, and when we come back next episode, we should hopefully be ready to get our blunt trauma taken care of. And these bumps should be finished going away by then, as well as the last little bit of nettle burn. But for now, I need to eat to restore my energy, so I will actually heal and get this palisade built. But that is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.